Hi everyone, this is Amy from the Helms Academy, and today we're talking about mood and tone in literature. So to start off, let's define our terms. So mood is the way you feel when you read something. So think about when you read something, it can really convey an emotion to you. So mood becomes something personal about how that piece of reading is supposed to make you feel. Tone is the author's attitude toward a subject. So the tone will be a little bit more of you understanding the text and what they're trying to convey with the characters or the narrator or whoever is talking in the text. Now, tone versus mood, I want you to think about them as head versus heart. So tone, you're analyzing what's happening in the story and how the characters feel, how they're interacting, what's the overall feel within the story. And mood is how does that story make you feel? Sometimes these things overlap and other times they are completely separate. So we'll look at a few examples today. Something that's good to have in your tool belt is thinking about all the words that we can use to convey our feelings. So you can see a chart here that has everything from our usual happy, afraid, sad, angry, to some other more complex feelings, and saying things like enraged or overwhelmed, embarrassed, ashamed. All of these types of words are really helpful for developing a vocabulary that will help you to identify mood and tone. And you can use these in two ways. So for example, if you're talking about yourself, you might say, I am confused. But if you talk about something else and how it's affecting you or affecting the people in the story, you might say it's confusing. So you can use both the ed ending version and the ing ending version of some of these descriptions. Now, let's look at an example text. This is from the famous work Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. The text says, I am not mad, the monster cried energetically. The sun and the heavens, who have viewed my operations, can bear witness of my truth. I am the assassin of those most innocent victims. They died by my machinations. 1,000 times would I have shed my own blood, drop by drop, to have saved their lives. But I could not, my father. Indeed, I could not sacrifice the whole human race. So if we think a little bit about what we might know, hopefully we'd have a bit more context on a test than just this one little section, but we can use some of our background knowledge about who Frankenstein is. You may remember Frankenstein as the monster that was created by a scientist. And so with that, we want to understand that background information to see what's happening here. Now, there's a difference here between our tone and our mood. So let's take a look. Now, when I look at this, I think the mood, how it makes me feel, it's a little scary. There's a monster talking. You see that he admits to killing many people when he says he's the assassin of the most innocent victims. And it's also very sad because he's trying to make an argument for himself. So that's how it's making me feel. So the tone is a little different. The tone is how the author is displaying the feelings within the text amongst the characters, how they feel in the situation. And that has more to do with remorse or regret or sadness. We can see that the monster is admitting to the wrongs that he has done, but he's very remorseful about that and is explaining that he would have saved their lives if he could have. Now, our second piece that we're going to look at today is called Annabelle Lee, and it's by Edgar Allan Poe. This is a section from that poem. It says, but our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. So when we look at the mood of this, how is it making us feel as the reader? Well, it's very amorous, it's loving, it's kind. It's a love story, right, about this person writing and Annabelle Lee. The tone is a bit different. I would say the person who's writing it and how they're feeling That is confident, it's passionate, and it's enamored. So using the tools that we've seen today and understanding the difference between mood, which comes from us, and tone, which comes from the text, I hope you can see some of the differences between the two and also where they might overlap. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope that you'll subscribe to our YouTube channel before you go so that way you'll get all the latest updates about our new videos. You can also check out Helms Academy at Instagram, Facebook, and at helmsacademy.org.